This is the Jess and Hardcover comic book news show for the week of Friday, August 18th. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. With me, as always, is the best damn co-host that a guy can have, Mr. Jess Bragg, the Silver Fox.
Woohoo! I get top billing in this.
Yeah, hit him with a high.
Hit him with the hind.
How's it going, man?
Good. Things are okay.
Things are all right. How's Bat? I know I asked you yesterday, but Batcave 3.0 coming all right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's on schedule. It'll
Great.
be better than ever.
Awesome, man. I'm happy to hear it.
I hope. I hope it's
You,
better than ever.
you're finally getting the giant penny installed?
I'm getting what? The giant what?
You're finally getting the giant penny installed?
Yeah, and the dinosaur. Yeah, exactly. the big card of the Joker. Uh-huh.
That'd be amazing if we all walked in your house and you had a giant penny in the basement.
I know, and poles to slide down on, and yeah, that'll be my next wife when I move into a new different house.
Hey, you're already in the process of remodeling and moving things around. You might as well get that pole installed.
Yeah.
You know, I think right from, I'm going to assume the kitchen all the way down.
Yeah, that actually works.
That would work?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm happy.
I'm dreaming of it right now, as a matter of fact.
Come on,
that'd be totally fun to have a bat pole in your house to get to the basement.
Right? It would make it a lot easier too. I know you've got, your knees are a little bit better since you had surgery, but it would make the whole thing easier on you.
Right. Well, make it a lot more fun to go down to the bat cave.
Whee!
Yeah.
Now you just got to get the technology to auto change you as you're sliding down.
Yeah, that's what I need to get into costume.
Yeah. It'd be a bowling shirt and shorts.
You know me well.
Oh man. But this week, we're doing this actually kind of late, so we're gonna speed through a few things. But this week we have quite a good amount of news. There was a lot of things going on. We've been away for a bit. I think it's been like a week and a half or so. And we are going to kick things off with Hellboy. Hellboy has been in the news quite a bit lately. Impressively so. This thing is moving along pretty quick. The first thing, of course, is that Hellboy has officially dropped the title of The Blood Queen. It is just going to be tentatively called Hellboy. Originally, the movie was called Hellboy Rise of the Blood Queen. Now they're just going classic Hellboy, which I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be a good choice, because it's going to... Typical movie-going audience, they don't really care too much about, connected universes or things like that, and they really don't follow movie news. I wonder if a lot of, like, the typical movie-going audience is going to be like, oh, Hellboy, I love the old 2004 Ron Perlman Hellboy movies, and then they walk into this and they don't realize it's rated R and it's quite dark and go, oh shit, this is nothing like the other stuff.
I didn't know that it was going to be rated R and was quite dark. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, they've officially announced that it's going to be rated R. They are not pulling punches on this.
That is great.
Yes, they have made the announcement. I think it's for the best. You're reading Hellboy right now, and Hellboy can get quite dark. It can get quite vicious and brutal. I personally am super excited for this, and I can't wait to see what comes of it. Good news or bad news, Jess? Where do you want me to start with Hellboy?
Let's get the bad news out of the way.
Okay, cool. Bad news. Apparently, now it's bad news for me because I'm not a fan of this actress at all. Apparently, Mila Jovovich, who is famous for being in The Fifth Element and the Resident Evil movies and a few other movies throughout the years, has been cast as the Blood Queen. I'm not crazy about that casting.
I don't have a feeling about it because I've only seen her in The Fifth Element, so I don't. And I saw that movie when it first came out, so actually I can't even picture her acting. So you don't find her a good actress, huh?
I do not. I think she is about as stiff as a board. She is not that good, man. She can't, honestly, I don't think she can act her way out of a wet paper bag. She's pretty terrible at acting.
Oh
Which
boy.
is why I'm so surprised that which is why I'm so surprised that she was cast as the Blood Queen. And with the name change of Blood Queen and them dropping that, I'm kind of wondering how big of a role she's going to have in the overall film.
Yeah, maybe it'll be smaller now.
Yeah, because they're still, it's still early on in the production. They've like posted pictures of the main actor who's going to be playing Hellboy. He's doing like the molding, and it seems like they're still in pre-production. And I'm willing to bet they're still working on scripting and doing final passes and getting things done. I'm really curious to see how much of her role is going to be in it, but I'm not a fan.
Mm. Well, I'm neutral, so that's one neutral and one thumbs down.
Yes. In good news, though, Ian McShane has been cast as the professor.
Oh,
Yes.
good. He's
Yes.
great.
Yes. Ian McShane has officially been cast as Professor Broom. For those of you that don't know, Professor Broom is the professor that first discovers Hellboy along with a whole bunch of military guys back in 1943, I want to say. 43, 44, in that ballpark. He was the one that discovered him first. I'm super excited. Ian McShane is a phenomenal, phenomenal actor. He is a national treasure, as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned. If you've seen American Gods, he played. Well, fuck, I almost ruined a huge thing of American Gods. He played Mr. Wednesday in American Gods.
Right.
And I thought he was phenomenal in that.
Yeah. I still need to finish the last 2 episodes, but I love him.
Did you get to the episode involving the gunsmith in that town?
Yeah.
Okay, that was my favorite episode. I love that episode.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And if you haven't seen American Gods out there, guys, what are you doing? It's really good stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
And I can't wait for season 2. But yeah, Ian McShane has officially been cast, and Hellboy Rise of the Blood Queen begins to fill out the rest of its cast. In addition to the American Gods and Deadwood actor, yeah, they're just filling up spaces. What I'm curious about is who they're going to cast for the other side projects, the other side characters like Liz Sherman, Abe Sapien. Will we get Roger? I'm hoping we do because I love Roger.
Yeah.
I would love to see him in there. He's such a great character, and he's really like oblivious, and that's why I like him so much.
Yeah. I've been reading. I just got done with Plague of Frogs 2, I think. And where am I? Or did I finish Plague of Frogs 3? I forget. I'm on Hellboy Library Edition 4 or 5 now. 4, I think.
Oh, you're almost done with it then.
I still have some Witchfinder to read. I got a lot of side stuff to read in my Mignolan Versity.
I personally feel that Witchfinder is the weakest of all the Hellboy side projects, but that doesn't mean it's terrible. It's still really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just not really my cup of tea.
Well, it's clear to me that my summer readathon is going to stretch into the fall.
Yeah, it's
There's
a lot of stuff
of material. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from that, Jess, were you a fan of Wizard magazine?
I read it back in the day. Yeah, it was a long time ago that I read it.
Did you read it for the interviews and comic talk and all that other stuff like everybody else at the time?
Yeah, I remember really liking that there was an extra thing, something extra to read about it, about comics.
Well, Wizard is relaunching. That's right, Wizard World is relaunching its entertainment journalism magazine, Wizard, as a digital service only. Described as digital reimagination, reconception, and relaunch, a Wizard quarterly magazine will focus on the biggest stories of the day in pop culture, entertainment, and fandom. A daily video series titled Wiz Pop, which just launched, will run in tandem with that.
Cool.
The news article states that to a generation of fans, the Wizard name has stood at the intersection of entertainment and pop culture. By introducing Wizard and Wiz Pop as vibrant digital incarnations, Wizard World will expand its preeminent position in the industry to connect and interact with millions of fans every day, said John D. Mata, Wizard World president and CEO. With the triumvirate, what?
Good word.
Yeah, of Wizard, WizPop, and Wizard World live convention platform, we have created a 24-hour-a-day digital and live experiential platform serving the fans of pop culture, yada, yada, yada. At its height in the mid-1990s, Wizard had a circulation of over 100,000. Wow.
Good. Well, I remember enjoying it. So I like, there is a ton of stuff to read about comics, so I'm not going to complain about it. There is an awful lot of stuff to read on the internet now, which is, I will never complain about having too much stuff. So, because I grew up when there was like one thing to read about comics, Comic Buyer's Guide, and which was practically a fanzine when I was reading it growing up. So, yeah, I'm psyched for it. That's great.
And when you grew up, though, not I'm going to date you a little bit, but when you grew up,
my beard dates me.
when
my
you
hair
grew up,
dates me.
When you grew up, though, most kids will never realize that there was a time when TV would shut off. Like there was no cable.
That's
You would
right.
get, what was it? You would get the national anthem, and then bam, cable was done for the day.
At midnight, yeah, TV was over, and the Star Spangled Banner would play, and then you'd get a test pattern, and then TV would turn back on at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., somewhere around there.
And I'm sure some of our younger audience members are going to go, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Yeah, it was black and white. There was 3 channels, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. And you had to hold the antenna up.
Right. You had to have the rabbit ears just right on your black and white set. And you could actually hit it and make the picture better.
There was a point where there was one member of the family that would always be chosen to hold the TV up. And they would have to go like this trying to watch the TV from back there.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Oh, man. But we definitely have an overabundance of content today. So much so, I think we have too much, to be honest.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Wizard does then, if there's too much.
Yeah, I like the idea, and Wizard definitely still has a name among its fan base. It's very popular.
Yeah.
A lot of fans are going to want to see this come back. My thing is that there are so many other websites that are doing this right now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, who's, if I can go like on Bleeding Cool or Newsarama or something like that, what's really going to make this unique for me to go there and check it out?
Yeah, I guess it'll be name recognition that gets me to check it out, but it's going to have really great content to make me want to stay.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of other news, Jess, were you a fan of the Jetsons?
Yes, I love the Jetsons.
How big of a fan were you of the Jetsons?
I remember Jet Streamer, the rock star.
Oh my God, I remember Jet Streamer.
I remember Astro's real name because they found him and adopted him. And there was an episode where the real owner of Astro came and wanted him back. And so I know his real name.
What's Astro's real name?
Tralfaz.
What?
Yep.
Really? No.
I remember that. That's like the one bit of Jetsons trivia that I remember. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I avoided many push-ups during hazing in my fraternity my freshman year in college because I stumped the Brotherhood in that trivia. So that's what I remember. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
so awesome. I love the Jetsons. Why? Why do you ask, Luis?
Well, I ask because we are actually getting a Jetsons live action TV reboot.
And is it by somebody good?
It is. Are you a fan of Back to the Future?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Why does this sound like a game show?
Yes, I am, Luis.
Hot on the heels of new details of its revival as a comic book, because they're getting. Have you seen the images yet for the revival of the Jetsons?
I saw one image. Yeah,
it looks interesting.
If they can do with it what they did with the Flintstones, I'm totally fine with it. The Flintstones
Yeah,
were great. So
yeah. And I had a dissenting opinion when I first saw the images of the Flintstones. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And then it turns
right,
out it's the one of the it's if not the best book being published right now. It's in the top three of being published right now.
right.
It's brilliant. And Nick Munoz will not shut up about it.
About Flintstones?
Oh, he loves it. He's always pimping out the Flintstones. And
Yeah, I love Flintstones too. That's why I'm always hesitant to criticize anything before it actually
Mhm.
comes to fruition. So I'm not going to criticize Jetsons live action or Jetsons comic book until it actually comes out.
Good man. Unless it's written by Scott Lobdell. Oh, that is a name that
Or
I.
Robert Kirkman.
Oh, I've read, like I said earlier, I've read, like I said yesterday, I read Red Hood and the Outlaws this week. That is a name that I've cussed so many times this week.
Now you've got me interested. I may pick that up just so I can read it.
It is,
You did you
Hot
read
on-
that digitally or did you read it physically?
oh, I spent my own money on it, and I had somebody deliver that piece of shit to me.
That may be something that I read digitally. Because now you've got me interested.
In fact, I'm actually, if somebody wants it in this, if somebody wants it in this Patreon, just comment down below in the comment section, and I will mail this son of a bitch to you. That's how much I don't want it anymore. I don't want it in my house. If you want it, I will mail it and sign it to you. Just let me know in the comment section.
From yesterday's Omnibros show, I already got somebody saying, "Are you really willing to send me Outcast by Robert Kirkman if I pay for shipping?" I said, "Yeah, I may send money with it just to get it out of my house."
Somebody contacted you for real about that?
Yeah, so I said, "Well, it's all packed away now because we're redoing the basement, but as soon as I unpack it, it's yours."
Do I know this person?
Um, Probably Jay Rocks.
Oh yeah, I know Jay.
Yeah, I'm fine to send it to him.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's a patron, so he's a cool guy.
Oh well, peace and love.
But yeah, hot on the heels of new details of its revival as a comic book, the Hanna-Barbera cartoon The Jetsons is getting a live-action television remake as a multi-camera sitcom on ABC, according to Deadline. That part I didn't like. The series will reportedly be produced by Robert Zemeckis and written by Will and Grace and Family Guy writer Gary Janetti. The Hollywood Trade reports that The Jetsons has landed a pilot commitment at ABC. No further details about the show have been reported. So it could be good.
Hmm. Well, you know what? The only thing that worries me is that if it's popular,
Mhm.
and we're going to have to deal with Elroy growing up.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's
I,
right.
I don't mind Judy getting a little older and growing up because she'll have to be a teenager anyway.
Mhm.
But Elroy, we're going to have to watch him grow up. So that might be odd.
Yeah. I'm also kind of wondering how much money they're going to be willing to put into this. This is the Jetsons. Like this, it's futuristic. They live in the sky.
Right.
I'm really curious to see what they do with this, and I think honestly a lot of this is going to depend on how much money they put into it. Like if it's a modern day Jetsons, I don't want to see that shit.
Oh, right. Yeah, it has to be set in the future. I wonder why
Has
they live in the sky. Maybe it's an Elysium type of thing where it's the scum of the earth live down below and the Jetsons are royalty and they live above.
I could have swore I think they addressed it in
Oh,
one
did they?
episode. I
I
think
don't
they
remember that. I thought I knew the Jetsons. I don't remember that.
I thought they addressed it like the bottom where down there is like filled with toxic pollution or something like that, and it's inhabitable, so they live above the sky. Let me do a quick Google search real quick. That's a good question, but I'm pretty sure they've addressed it.
Wow, that was pretty progressive for them to address the environment back then in the 60s.
Well, that was the hippie era, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. It was right before. Yeah, I think that was popular in the early 60s.
Here we go. In the 1990 Jetsons movie, Rosie, the resident robot, hits a button on the wall of their house that makes it rise out of a layer of smog. They may live in the sky to escape pollution below.
Ah, okay. Well, that's sort of a retcon, but okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a cheat when you think about it, but yeah, it makes the
Okay.
most sense.
That does make sense.
But we're getting a pilot. I'm not crazy about the whole multi-cam sitcom thing, because I think at this point, a lot of that stuff is kind of a bit played out.
Mm.
Like the whole Big Bang Theory laugh track stuff. I'm not a fan of it. I personally prefer things more like The Office, where I don't need a laugh track. If it's funny, I laugh, you know? The
Right,
Office
exactly, yeah.
or Parks and Rec.
Yeah, or 30 Rock.
I still haven't seen 30 Rock.
Oh, that's such a great show.
I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I love Tracy Morgan's character in it, but I haven't seen much of it.
Oh my gosh, you will love that show. That is such a great show. It is crazy good.
Is it kind of in the same vein as The Office and Parks and Rec?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
if you like those two, you'll love 30 Rock.
All right, then I'll definitely have to check it out. In other news, we have finally gotten our first bit of casting news for Lock and Key.
Mm.
And for those of you that remember, Lock and Key is a famous comic book that it's one of the best horror books that's probably been published in forever. It's IDW, and it's written by Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. Lock and Key is phenomenal, and there was a pilot that was done by Fox years and years and years ago. It never got past the pilot stage. It was shown at Comic-Con once, and everybody that had seen the pilot said it was fantastic, but it covered in that hour the entire first volume of Lock and Key. Lock and Key is only 6 volumes long, so I don't know what the hell they were going to do after that, but
Yeah.
Lock and Key then went on, and Joe Hill got the rights back to the movies and stuff, and he was shopping it around for the longest time. They thought about doing a movie to it. They thought about doing a whole bunch of other stuff with it. Eventually, it landed in Hulu, and now Hulu is producing and doing a Lock and Key TV show. I am super excited about this. For a long time, Hulu was seen as kind of like the younger stepsister of Netflix, not a successful one.
Right.
But recently they've done a show called Handmaid's Tale. Phenomenal.
Oh,
It's
really?
absolutely. Oh, it's incredible, Jess. You have to watch this.
All right.
It's just as a kind of a basic plot. Have you ever seen the movie Children of Men?
Yes.
Okay, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's set in a world where almost all the women in the world are infertile.
Okay. Well, if you think it's good, you haven't steered me wrong yet. So
Yeah,
I'll watch
it. Really good. It's really good. Let me close the blinds real quick. Boop. Okay. But they have officially started to cast people, and we have our first cast. Frances O'Connor has been cast as Nina Locke in Hulu's Lock and Key pilot, reports Deadline. She was in The Conjuring 2.
I don't know her.
You don't know her?
No.
Yeah, me either. But she was good in The Conjuring 2. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope they pull this off. I think if they do it right, Lock and Key can be brilliant. It could be a really big hit show if they do it right.
Yeah, Lock and Key was genuinely disturbing to me. I found it definitely creeped me out. It was a great book. It really, really creeped me out. So I enjoyed it, and they certainly got great source material. So I hope it's good.
I'm curious how faithful they'll stay to the source material. If they're going to introduce new keys, if they're going to introduce different things. My best bet for the format would be, I would like to see just 3 seasons, two books a season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, you could stuff a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. So the first half, you could even do, theoretically, if you stretch it out a little bit, you could do the whole first volume into 1 season, where you have spoilers for like a 6-year-old book at this point, where you have the serial killer that was hunting the kid serial killer that killed the Locke's father. He's like hunting down the Locke family.
Yeah, it is so good.
That's phenomenal. I actually makes me want to go back. I might sit down with it.
I was just gonna say it makes me want to read it again.
I might sit down and read Lock and Key again. I've only read through the whole thing twice at this point, but I really do need to do a reread of it.
Yeah, this makes me want to read it again.
I really hope they team back up and get something else going too. They were a great team.
Yeah, I love that book. So I'm looking
Um,
forward to the show.
Jess, do you like money?
Money?
Yes.
I love money.
Yeah, me too. So does Robert Kirkman, apparently. We call that a segue in the business.
Nice. Very
Hey,
smooth.
I know. Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman and producer Gail Ann Hurt, Glenn Mazzara, and Dave Alpert have filed a lawsuit against AMC. Jesus, who wrote this article? Um, against AMC to recover what they allege are profits from the show owed to them by the network, according to The Hollywood Reporter. This follows an ongoing lawsuit against AMC over similar matters with show co-creator, original showrunner Frank Darabont. AMC's not in a good light right now.
No, they're not.
No, so they owe a lot of people a lot of money. We're talking about close to $1 billion at this point.
Wow.
They owe a lot of
Well, that shows how much money that show really makes for them.
Yeah.
That is a boatload of money, and if Kirkman's owed it, he deserves it because he has made a boatload of money for that network. That
Mm-hmm.
network exists pretty much because of Walking Dead right now.
Yeah, the network is really carried. At the height of its network, it was really carried by 3 shows: Breaking Bad,
Mm,
Mad Men, and Walking Dead.
yeah.
Like those were the 3 shows that if anybody asked, "Oh, do you watch AMC?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." The 3 shows that pop into your head are Mad Men, Breaking Bad, and Walking Dead. And Breaking Bad and Mad Men are over.
Right.
So it's Walking Dead. But Preacher seems to be that next show that's also starting to kind of rise in popularity a little bit more now. A lot of fans seem to be really catching on to Preacher, especially this season, which has been actually really good. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, you were hard on season 1, so season 2 must be good if you're saying something good about it.
Oh, I firmly stand behind that. You can easily just watch the first episode of Preacher, the pilot, and
Hmm.
skip everything in season 1, watch the last episode of season 1, and jump into season 2, and you will not miss almost anything.
All right, I'll do that because the trailer for season 2 looks really good.
Yeah, season 2 has been really good. I'm impressed. I'm like right off the bat in season 2, they capture the feel of Preacher. It seems like Preacher, the first season of Preacher seemed like they were trying to figure out where their ground was. They didn't know how to work with the story and stuff like that, and they deviated a lot. Season 2, they've found their footing, and it's a lot better.
Cool.
So my recommendation, like I said, skip everything. Just watch the first and last episode of season 1, and you'll be fine for season 2.
Okay.
But yeah, the lawsuit alleges that AMC withheld profits from Kirkman and the other named producers through a complicated scheme in which the network knowingly paid its in-house studio arm, which produces the series, less than the full market value of the show. Of course, you know more about this than me because you deal with money and stuff. Thereby
I,
keeping more of the profits of the network than is contractually required. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Okay.
TV money is a lot different than stock market
Yeah.
money.
Kirkman himself, the franchise creator, is guaranteed a 5% profit share by his contract, according to THR. He and the show's producer, who are each own stakes in the show between 1.5 to 7.5%, have not named a sum for which they are suing, but that information is expected shortly. Ooh, Darabont's already suing them for $280 million.
Wow.
Yeah. So AMC's got some serious problems. What's interesting about this is that this comes on the news of Robert Kirkman is moving Skybound, all his Skybound stuff. It's moving to, I believe it's Amazon.
Mm. Well, I would think AMC would want to do everything it could to keep Robert Kirkman happy.
Yeah, I think this might also end up being one of those things where they'll just do a payout. They'll just be, all right, just here.
Yeah.
You know, because when you think about it, Walking Dead is worth whatever little lawsuit that Kirkman is going to come up with. Walking Dead as a whole, in terms of merchandise for AMC, in terms of everything that they do for it, that's worth a lot more.
Yeah. I would think it's in their best interest to keep him happy.
Even though I would argue that the brand of Walking Dead isn't as popular as it was a few years ago.
Mm. I don't read it and I don't watch the show, so I actually don't know. I watched the first season and I haven't seen it since. It was good, but I just haven't been drawn back to it.
Oh, you haven't missed anything.
Okay.
No, you haven't missed too much. What you need to watch is Handmaid's Tale, right, baby? He needs to watch Handmaid's Tale. She loves it.
Okay.
We're gonna sit down and watch Defenders actually after this. We're at least gonna get through the first episode tonight.
That sounds exciting.
It does. In the last news story, before we get into a few questions that you guys gave us, 1989's Batman movie Joker is going to return in Sean Murphy's Batman the White Knight. That's interesting to me. So is he saying that this is set in the Tim... Why am I blanking on the asshole's name? In the Tim Burton universe? Is that what's going on here? I'm not entirely sure. But no, it can't be, because the Joker in the Tim Burton universe is dead.
Yeah.
He dies at the end of it.
Right. That's what sort of threw me when we were talking about it.
Yeah. Sean Gordon Murphy has revealed that in his upcoming Elseworlds-style Batman miniseries, Batman White Knight, his heroic Joker, because in the story Joker is heroic, does have a real name, and it's one you've heard before. Murphy revealed on Twitter that for White Knight, the Joker's real name is Jack Napier. Now, if this sounds familiar, it's because Jack Napier was the original name of the Joker in Tim Burton's Batman universe. The same secret identity he had in Tim Burton's 1989 Batman film. Murphy says that this is the first time the Joker has been given the name Jack Napier outside of the movie and their comic book, but the Joker has been named separately as Jack and Napier on a few rare occasions. So it's Sean Murphy. I mean, at the very least, if the story's not that great, the art is going to look fantastic. So, and I love Punk Rock Jesus.
Yeah, I think he's proved he can write with that book.
Yeah, Sean Murphy's one of those rare guys that he is kind of the total package, where he can write, he can pencil, he can basically do it all.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I got him to do a sketch inside Punk Rock Jesus at Awesome Con, and he was a very nice guy. So it was funny. It was quiet, and he was doing my sketch, or he got done with my sketch. It was still quiet enough that he was doing sketches on a Friday. He eventually stopped doing them, but I said, "Do you mind if I get a picture with you?" And his assistant said that he'd help, and so he posed for a picture, and the assistant goes, "Okay, wait, let me see if these pictures are okay." And Sean just dashes behind his desk and goes, "They're fine." I'm like, "Yeah, they're fine. Whatever. Thanks for posing." He's like, "They're fine."
Oh man, yeah. Sean's a pretty cool guy. He's actually a really in shape guy. A lot of these artists,
very much in shape.
You see a lot of these artists, and they don't look like they're in that great shape. But him, Capullo, and like a few others are in really great shape for their age.
Tom King is in great shape too.
Yeah, Tom King is in great shape. I saw him at MegaCon. I was like, wow, short guy though. He's about my height.
He's solidly built.
Yeah. Very humble guy as well.
Yeah, he was a good guy. Everybody we met at Awesome Con was good. Really, that was a good experience.
Gail Simone, surprisingly pretty tall.
Oh, is she?
When I met her, it seemed like, well, I only saw her like from far away, and she looked pretty tall. I'm like, wow. But that's about it in terms of news. Now, I opened it up for you guys, the question block. And if you give me 1 second, I could pull up some of those questions. Jess, stop.
What?
Jess, stop.
Oh, phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do.
Why is Patreon loading so slowly? Hey.
I'm running out of doots.
Oh, this thing's taking a while.
What is that a pad or a phone?
This is a tablet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a tablet that I use. This is when I got my new phone, it was part of the deal that I get a
Oh,
tablet.
okay. Nice.
I just had to pay an extra $10 a month. I'm like, yeah, for an extra $10 a month and I get a tablet to read comics on, okay.
Yeah, that's great.
It's nothing special, but it gets the job done and it has a hell of a battery.
I need a new battery for my laptop. This thing should supposed to have like 10 hours and I've only got 2 hours left on it. I mean, 2 hours is all it's good for, so I need a new battery.
We've got actually 8 questions.
Mm.
I think half of them are like by Patrick Doncuse.
Who?
Patrick Doncuse, he's a big fan of ours.
Oh, well, good. Way to go, dude. Are they
Yeah.
pretty interesting questions?
Actually, we got a good solid amount of questions. Yeah, I
Okay,
like
good.
it. Scratch that. Half of them are by Nick Munoz.
Oh, that guy.
Let's start with Patrick Doncuse. How does one join the Facebook community?
Uh,
Shoot me a message, and then I'll get you in contact with Jess, and he'll be able to get you in. If if you've tried before, your profile has to look legit, and you have to have some friends on there, because you've had people that tried to get into the Facebook community, and they don't have any friends, and it looks like fake, and they end up messaging one of us going, "But it's real."
yeah, and you have to pass a test now too.
You do?
Yeah, there's a written test that you have to show comic book knowledge to prove you're not a troll.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know this part.
Yeah, that's been just instituted in the past few months so in case you don't have much of a Facebook profile, you can prove you're real by answering the questions.
Okay. He also asked, "Have you read The Boys by Garth Ennis?"
I sure have.
How is that? I've never read it.
Oh my gosh, it's one of the most raw, unfiltered, brutal, great books written. It is great.
Really?
Yeah, it is just awesomely awesome. It's super raw. I mean, it's got a lot of it's hypersexualized and hyper violence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's Garth Ennis at his most Ennisist, just about. I don't see how. I mean, that's something that could never be a TV show or movie and not be rated X. I mean, it is NC-17 all the way. I mean, he's just completely unfiltered, but it's great.
Are we talking like Preacher?
Oh, past Preacher.
Past Preacher?
Yeah, but not crossed. It's not into crossed territory. It borders. It goes right up to crossed and stops. But yeah, it's really well done. So I highly recommend it. Just know that it's NC-17 going into it.
Patrick also asks, since he was like one of the 3 people that asked questions, what is a good manga series that has less than 15 volumes? You haven't read too much manga, so I don't know.
No, you're the one to answer this question.
A good manga series, Pluto by Naoki Urasawa, is fantastic. It's only 9 volumes long. You should be fine with that. Akira is good. It's only 6 volumes long, but it's really thick. Let me see. What else is good? Which reminds me, the Akira hardcover set comes out soon.
Yeah.
What else is good? Vinland Saga, I think it's only 13 volumes right now, and I've heard a lot of good things about that. It's a Viking series.
How about Monster?
Monster, if you get the complete collections, I think it's only 6 volumes, and you'll be fine with that, and it's phenomenal as well.
I've read the first volume of that, and I just haven't got to the second.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's been a while, so I need to start over.
Let's go with Kathy Chester right now, and then we'll come back to Patrick. Which underappreciated DC or Marvel character do you think deserves their own series? That's a good one.
Zatanna.
She doesn't have an ongoing right now?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a good question. Plastic Man.
Oh yeah.
I would like to see a Plastic Man. Can you imagine a Plastic Man with somebody like he's writing Spider-Man right now? Chip Zdarsky.
Oh, he'd be great.
I think that'd be a fun series.
That would be.
I'd like to see a Plastic Man. I'd like to see a Dr. Fate.
Yeah. They had I think DCU had a line of Dr. Fate books. I can't remember who wrote it, but yeah, I'd be up for some more Dr. Fate. I love Dr. Fate.
I would like to see, as far as who would write it, I'd like to see, I think Gaiman would be able to do a really good Dr. Fate story.
Oh, that would be a great book.
Yeah, I could see Gaiman doing a really good Dr. Fate story. Maybe Hickman, maybe if I don't fall asleep. Oh, speaking of Hickman, we didn't touch on this. I completely forgot. Did you see that Hickman was eating food like lunch with Jim Lee?
Yeah, I did see that. That they were sharing ice cream sandwiches or something at the Warner Brothers cafeteria or whatever that was.
And everybody was basically flipping their minds. I'm like, it could just be they're having lunch, guys.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly right.
It doesn't mean that Hickman's going over to
Right.
DC to do anything. Although you never know. I would
Yeah,
like
you
to
don't.
see. I would like to see Hickman do New Gods.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
When am I reviewing Red Hood and the Outlaws by Patrick Donahue? Soon, very soon.
After he reviews Codpiece Thor.
That was the next question, actually, by Nick Munoz. That bastard. Are you going to review Codpiece Thor?
Nick, right on, man.
And then he asked, "What are your thoughts on the Goon?" I love Goon.
I love Goon.
Goon is fantastic. It's a great horror comedy book. Have you read all of Goon yet?
I have not. I have one more volume still to go.
I'm in the same boat as you. I have not read the last volume yet.
I treat each volume like a Christmas present. I just love that series so much. I don't want it to be over. I love the Goon.
I'm kind of curious to see how it ends and if it does well. If it ends it well.
It is a perfect mix of great writing and great pulpy art.
Mm-hmm. I need to read his new series, Hillbilly.
Yeah, I haven't read that either.
I think the trade came out already.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. If it hasn't,
the Goon.
Nick Munoz asked, "When is Nick coming back on the show?" Never.
As soon as you review Codpiece Thor.
No, Nick, just whenever you want, man.
Yeah.
Just send us some. Last week we had last Thursday we had Jay Lewis on, and he was great. The fans really liked him a lot. I plan to have him back on pretty soon too.
It was too much movie talk for me.
It was too much movie talk for you?
Yeah, it was more of a movie question and answer.
It went weird for a while. It was definitely a different format. I might just do something separate with Jay where we might just talk movies since he's
That's a good idea. He's a big movie guy, yeah.
Since he's such a big movie guy, I would like to kind of do like a weekly thing involving movies. I think
that's a great idea. Talk about nothing but movies.
Yeah. I think the fans would really dig it, and I think Jay would like to do something like that too.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Have you? Do you guys want me to give you topics for Omni Bros Live?
Uh-oh, we suck.
Yeah, that'd be nice, Nick. Just message me.
Yeah, that would be nice. We do need topics. We at 5 of 8 every Thursday, we're like, "What's the topic?"
That happened last week too. 5 minutes to 8, we're like, "Wait, what are we talking about this week?"
Yeah.
I think it's just the week creeps up on us slowly, and then before we know it, it's 6 o'clock on Thursday, and all of us are going, "Oh shit, we didn't pick a topic out."
Yeah.
We used to be pretty good about it.
Yeah, that's true.
We would give you a week to read Ed Brubaker and stuff like that, and
Right,
you
and the
crank them out.
Vision. Yeah, we did the Vision, and we took it apart issue by issue. Yeah, we
That
should.
was that was one of my favorite ones that we've done because like you breaking down issue by Vision, I was like, holy shit! It was really impressive how much you knew about it just in your head.
I really got into that.
Yeah, that was a good one. I really enjoyed that. You know, we're coming up on our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, really?
We have to be of Omnibros Live. Yeah,
Gosh, I don't even remember when it started. Yeah, I guess so. Didn't it start in like October-ish or something?
it was in that ballpark. Yeah, because I reached out to Riley around this time, and we started doing the show. And
Hmm.
you came in episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause the first 2 episodes were just me and Riley just shooting the shit. We didn't have any format or anything. And then we invited you in episode 3.
Okay.
And then from there, it's just branched out. Now we've got Gio, Gabe, we've had Nick on, we've had Matt on, um,
Yeah,
just
we had that
Sherlock came on for one.
Mitch O'Brien did.
Mitch O'Brien, that's right. My mistake.
Yeah. It's at the wrong time of day for Sherlock. He's at work in
Yeah.
Australia.
I don't know why I thought Sherlock was the one that did it. No, it was Mitch O'Brien that came in that
Yeah,
day.
he's got a different schedule than Sherlock does.
I'm still waiting to get Ryan on, but you know, he's this, you know, with what he's dealing with and all that.
Yeah, he'd be a last minute addition depending on his health.
Mm-hmm. Ryan would be great just because I think he'd be funny as hell on the show.
I think so too. And he knows a lot about a lot.
Yeah. All right, Jess. Anything else you want to talk about while we're still on the air?
No, I think we covered it.
Yeah, this was a pretty tight show. We got about an hour in.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Look out for this guy right here, Mr. Jess Bragg. Where can they find you?
They can find me Omnidog's Vault
Yes.
on YouTube and Riley Moore's Facebook page, the Omnibus Collectors Comic Swap and Community. I make an appearance there every now and then, and this reminds me that I need to get it together and do some videos for my channel.
Shame.
Ding, ding, ding.
I just put out, guys, check out my videos, check out my content. You already do if you're a patron subscriber, and if you're not, then how are you watching this video? And you should probably contact me immediately so I can get it pulled.
Bootlegged.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you so much, everybody that's out there for supporting, for helping me out. And yeah, so I'm going to actually make you guys privy to a special announcement nobody else outside of maybe Jess and like 2 other people know about. I'm expecting a kid. So.
Wow, you broke the news to the public.
No, just the patrons. Keep that under wraps here.
Oh, it's specifically to the patrons?
Yes, and I'm going to know who finished and who watched this episode because I'm hoping somebody will say congratulations at the end of this.
All right. It's like slipping a $10 bill in a really thick book and seeing if somebody reads it.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, we had a miscarriage last year around October, November-ish. So we've been kind of keeping this one close to the chest, but so far everything seems to be okay.
Nice.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Awesome. That is awesome news.
Yes. Totally unplanned, but we're just rolling with it and we're happy.
That is awesome.
All right, guys. So wishing you guys a great Friday, a great weekend. Have a good one, and we will see you guys sometime this week.
Peace and love.
Bye. Hate.